What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video today. I hope you guys are all having a great day. So today I'm back with part 2 of reacting to you guys' setups because we didn't actually get through all of them in the first part. So guys, if you're unfamiliar with how this is going to work, I'm pretty much just going to go on Discord and look at the setups you guys sent in on the setups channel. If you guys wish you could take part in something like this or other special events, just make sure you guys join my Discord server. The link will be in the description down below because I definitely will be doing more setup reaction videos like this. But you got to submit your setups on Discord because it is Discord exclusive. But guys, I'm pretty sure most of you know what is going on now, so we're just going to get into the setups. And also guys, I'm going to take your suggestions and put my face on the other side this time so you can actually see the pictures that are coming, because last time my face cam was kind of hiding them. But first off, it looks like we have a pretty nice setup to start off the episode again, which is always a good sign. Hopefully there's a lot more like this. But the first thing I actually noticed was the RGB bulb inside like that old antique lamp, which, I mean, it doesn't look bad because it's RGB, but it does look a little bit weird. Maybe if there was like another cheap, maybe more like simple lamp that you could put the RGB bulb in, it would look a little better. But I mean, you already had the lamp, why not just get a bulb and light the entire room? And it looks like it's doing a good job, although it's not the only source of RGB. There's also PC and mousepad and keyboard, and all the RGB also matches too. It's red, so that looks really good, except for the wallpaper. In my opinion, not the best wallpaper to go with this setup because it is bluish, purplish, not red, but it is still a cool wallpaper. I do like it. It also looks like the desk is a little bit cluttered and a little bit small, so maybe get a larger desk, but obviously you probably don't have the money for that, so maybe just like clean it up a little bit, and trust me, it does make your setup look a whole lot better. But moving on to the next pictures, second one is of the cable management, and it looks really good. It looks like he has maybe got some clear Velcro straps or tape or something. It looks like tape actually to hold the wires. That's okay. That's what I did for my first setup. He's also hidden all his power bricks and everything in the cable box, which looks pretty good and pretty clean. Here's another shot of the keyboard and mouse. It looks like we have a SteelSeries keyboard maybe and a Logitech mouse, and then probably just some cheap RGB mouse pad, but it doesn't look bad because all the RGB matches. It looks like the speakers are also kind of like hidden behind the monitor because it is an ultra wide. It looks like it takes up a good amount of desk space, but I mean, I don't know how you can really hear what you're listening to loud enough because it looks like they're not very good speakers. They're pretty small, but they're also like behind the monitor, so hopefully you can hear your sound okay. And then the last picture is of the PC. It does look like it's a pre-built though. It looks like those might be ketchup and mustard cables. I mean, it looks like the specs are pretty good, but you could probably get a much better value PC for a lot cheaper. So let's check out the specs and see if I am right about that. It does look like it is a pre-built because I'm sure you wouldn't get an i7-8700, which is a locked processor, meaning you can't overclock it. I don't think you'd get that if you were just buying a CPU. That's not a smart decision because overclocking is like free performance, even if your components don't last as long, but that's besides the point. It also looks like it has an RTX 2070, which are good specs. But yeah, you can also tell it's a pre-built because of the B360 motherboard. That is a really old or maybe budget chipset. I'm not exactly sure which one, but it's definitely one of those. So yeah, you'd still be able to get like much better stuff with the same budget if you built your own PC. But I mean, the specs are still pretty good, so it's really not a bad PC at all. And the monitor is really good. 144 hertz, 34-inch ultra-wide, 1 millisecond response time from LG. That's awesome. And then a Blue Yeti mic. So great peripheral choices. And let's move on to the next setup. So next one, we got a great setup, probably the best one in the video. I mean, I haven't seen one better than this yet. We'll see what comes next. But yeah, it looks like we have a cardboard box case, which is always great to see. If you are really on a budget, maybe you could actually build a PC inside a cardboard case. All right, and then for the next one, we got all the specs and then just one picture. So I'll look at the picture first. Obviously not a great quality, and you have your sub count up, 775 subscribers. You know, I'd give you a shout out if I could read your channel name, but it doesn't look like I can. So I guess that kind of backfired a little bit, but it looks like we have another one of these kind of white mouse pads, which I think look really good. And if you remember from the last episode, we saw a ton of those. So I don't know what it is, but yeah, they look really good. And I actually hadn't even really seen them before, like looking at all you guys' setups. So I guess it's just a theme among my subscribers, but it's a good theme because they look pretty good and pretty simple. It looks like the desk for this is pretty small and a little bit cluttered with the speakers, again, behind the monitor. I don't know how you can hear, but I'm sure it's fine. And it looks like you made pretty good use of the space. But anyway, let's check out the specs for this setup. So it looks like the main monitor is a 144 hertz, 1 millisecond, 1080p, 27-inch monitor, which, yeah, is pretty good. 144 hertz. I'm sure you take advantage of that with the PC. Oh, it's actually a laptop, but it is an i7-9750H. with a GTX 1660 Ti. So yeah, you can definitely take advantage of the 144 hertz. He also mentioned he will be buying a full-blown PC soon, which is pretty awesome. Hopefully you're building it yourself as well. All right, so the next setup is actually a resubmission from last episode, the first of a couple actually. Resubmissions from people that were in last episode but resubmitted because either the setup got better or that's really the only reason they would. But yeah, it looks like this setup, if you remember from last video, it actually did get a lot better. But of course, still rocking that super clean white mouse pad, which I think looks really good. But it also looks like an RGB strip was added behind the desk, maybe. I don't remember if that was there before or not. It looks like a little Bluetooth speaker or something was added, maybe like right under the monitor, so at least it's not behind the monitor. And it doesn't look that bad. It hides some cables too, it looks like, which is pretty clever and a good idea. All right, so it looks like the keyboard is the GK61 with custom keycaps, and they might even be Razer custom keycaps because I know Razer makes custom keycaps like this, but they're blue and they look really good with the blue RGB on the mouse as well, and then the blue RGB strip behind the desk. So yeah, that looks really good. And then here's another straight on shot. You can see the wallpaper as well. I think it matches really well because it's sort of like bluish purplish, which the room kind of looks. And then there's also some pink like the RGB strip light on the ceiling. And the blue also matches with the RGB. So I think that's a pretty good wallpaper choice and definitely makes the setup look a lot better. However, like last video, I mean, the cable management is really good. Obviously, you can only see a few cables and they're just kind of hanging down. They're not like completely down where you can see all of them. But the one thing from last video you did not change is your trash can. I think you really got to empty that. And then just some other specs. Still got the Scepter 144 hertz monitor with an Anker Bluetooth speaker this time. And then the same laptop with an i5 9300H and a GTX 1050. All right, and then it looks like we have the second updated submission in a row, and this setup is really, really nice as well. Also a red color scheme, but I think it looks really, really good. But yeah, I'm really liking this setup, and I think the PC right next to the monitors, the PC is kind of like where the third monitor would be. So I think it looks really good because you can kind of just like look at the PC all the time, and the PC doesn't look bad, which is why it kind of works and looks really good. This is also a nice shot of the PC. I think this looks really good. This is like one of the best angles you can take a picture of a PC at, and it definitely shows how good the PC really looks. And then for the specs, it's an updated 165 hertz monitor. I don't know what it was before, but 165 hertz is a lot of hertz, so it's going to be pretty nice for gaming. It's also a 100 hertz monitor. And then for the specs of the PC, it's a Ryzen 5 3600, which is a great processor, obviously. A GTX 1660 Ti, which is also a great budget graphics card. 500 gig SSD, and a DDR4 3600 RAM, so I'm assuming 16 gigs. And there's also an AIO, which also looks really good. But yeah, overall great setup, and let's get on to the next one. All right, and the third setup in a row that is also from last episode, or updated from last episode. And I definitely remember this one because it was the one that I said had 3 different monitors, and that didn't look very good. So it looks like he's actually updated it now with 2 of these same monitors, and they look bigger as well. I mean, they definitely are bigger. So I think this looks a lot better than the first setup. And he's kind of changed up the color scheme. Now it's more purple and whitish, I guess, than what it was before, which was like pink and blue. But again, got the same fractal case, so obviously he knows a thing or two about airflow. Cable management, he has made a lot better. That was one thing I remember I didn't really like about last setup because he didn't have any Velcro ties. And I mean, he did what I said, and it looks really good. I recommended just a few Velcro ties, and after that, I mean, all the cables are together, look a lot better, and you can't really see them in your setup besides a lot there and behind the monitors. But under the desk looks really good, so obviously those helped a little bit. And he did say thanks for the feedback in the first episode, so yeah, thanks for submitting. But yeah, also great setup. And let's move on to the fourth actually setup in a row that's also updated from last episode. So this one, no specs or anything, just a picture. It looks pretty much the same with the console and PC setup, so you can just easily switch between console and PC, which is definitely a smart idea. So I mean, yeah, pretty good setup, but I might actually recommend like something on the back wall just because it looks a little bare and it'll definitely make the setup look a lot better. But that's not to say it looks bad. It still looks really good. But with that, that's actually all the setups. And now all that's left to do is just wait for more so I can make another part to this series. But guys, with that, that is going to wrap it up for this video because as you can tell, we are all done with the setups. There is no more I can react to at this moment. But if you guys do want me to make more parts in this series, all you got to do is join my Discord server. Again, link in the description, and submit your setups to the setup channel. And then once you guys do that, obviously I will be able to make more parts of this. Hopefully like at least 3 more. But if you guys did like this video, a sub and a like would be massively appreciated. And again, big thanks to everyone who did submit their setups because you guys kind of did literally make this video possible. If you guys do have any questions or concerns, just comment them in the comment section down below and I'm guaranteed to respond to you. But guys, with that, that is going to be it for this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.